the problem. I have this right here, the XLR8 CS3040 from PNY. It can do the numbers that the PlayStation 5 requires, but it doesn't have a heatsink, which Sony do recommend because, well, they've built their machine with rather crappy cooling, and they don't trust these things to get, the cooling they need or would otherwise get in a properly designed piece of equipment, so they want you to have a heatsink on them. There is a version of this with a heatsink, but that's not the one I've got, obviously. Solution! I have this. This is an M.2 drive. It is also a Gen 4 drive, but this one does not have the rated speeds that the PlayStation 5 requires. PlayStation 5 wants 5,500 megabits per second. The drive in here only does up to 5,000, but it does have a heatsink on it, and it has little screws there. So I'm going to steal the heatsink from this, put it on this, and chuck it in the PS5 and see if it works. It should work fine. Now, you can actually buy the heat sinks separately off Amazon and whatnot. I'm going to need a much smaller screwdriver. There we go, that one will do it. So as I was saying, you can actually buy heat sinks for these things separate. So if you do have a drive, or you've bought a drive, or you're going to buy a drive that doesn't happen to have the heat sink because, well, you can't get the ones with a heat sink, or it works out cheaper that way, just know you can buy these heat sinks separately. Maybe not this exact model that is on this drive here, but you can buy them separately. So you can modify your existing drives, even if you don't have a donor drive as it is, as I'm using here. So one last screw, beedly doodly doo. Whoa, easy. Nearly sent that screw flying across the room. Teeny tiny screw, never seen again. Alright, let's see. We should be able to just prise this. Gonna need a prise. Let's see here. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go. Just had a bit of a clutch fit, which is nice. So we've got some thermal transfer material here. We'll peel that off. Actually, no, we don't need to peel that off. That'll stay right there. The drive itself, we should be able to just work its way out gently, gently, gently. There's some more thermal pad on the other side. Let's see if we can avoid ruining that. Give it a little poke on this side, because I would like to be able to recycle this drive in something else, so let's not snap it in half if we don't have to. There we go, here it comes. Beautiful. So we can pop that in something else somewhere down the line that doesn't require so much performance. I mean, it's still brutally fast by, any other standard but PCIe 4.0. But yeah, just slide him in there, nice and gentle. Perfect. No worries at all. Whoop. Oh no, I've dropped it. It's okay. It's solid state. There are no moving parts to break. Haha. Just press fit that back down again. Perfect. Ideal. How easy is this? I mean, aside from the teeny tiny screws, you wouldn't want to have a severe visual issue, and you want steady hands, and you absolutely want a magnetic screwdriver, because I've done this kind of work before without a magnetic screwdriver, and it is a misery untold to any human, save those who survived the biblical plagues of the original Testament. I don't know where I was going with that metaphor there until I got to the original Testament. It's been a while since I've made a religious reference. There we go. Let's get the PS5 and pop it in there and see how we go. Alright, here we go. Man, I almost forgot what a big bastard the PS5 is. It's been sitting on the shelf, and I haven't touched it, haven't moved it. But as soon as you have to lift it up and move it somewhere, it's just such an enormously brutal bitch of a thing. Got to remove the stand, and because this is the launch model before the revision, they didn't make it toolless to remove the stand because Sony are crap engineers again. And I can't find my flathead screwdriver anywhere, so I'm using my knife, which is how I broke the tip of my damn knife to begin with, by the way, doing this exact damn thing. When's the last time you actually needed a flathead screwdriver for anything? Just why? Just why? Sony, why? Who are your engineers? How much do they drink? Just cut back. I don't know. So, I forget which side panel we have to get off. Is it this one or the other one? I don't know. How do we do this? Can we just do it? Is it Does it pop? You know what? I'm just going to have to watch a YouTube tutorial video because Sony's engineers are shit and they didn't make this easy to do. Or obvious, at least. I'm sure it's easy, but it's not obvious. It needs to be obvious. Alright, so apparently what you got to do is you grab the bit with the PlayStation logo, you pull that up, and, oh, there it goes. And hey, look, I managed to do it without scratching it. I've seen so many people complain that every time they pop this off, they scratch the shit out of this, because, again, so, oh no, I did manage to scratch it. There's a scratch right there. Never mind. There's a scratch right there as well. And, yeah, there's a little scratch there, a little scratch there. Just, Sony's engineers are just lunatics. Absolute, let me put that down, absolute gobsmacking lunatics. It turns out I need the other side anyway, so let's turn it over. Same procedure, presumably. Back corner, there it goes. Okay, it came off pretty easily. How much scratching did I do? A little bit of scratching there. Well, that one came off a little bit cleaner, so we're doing well. Let's put that away. There's the little door I was looking for. So we're going to need a screwdriver. Whack in there. Ooh, that must put in rather tight. Come on then. What an odd little screw. Okay, pop. Engineers! Why are you... Why? Why do I need a knife to leverage this thing off? Scratching the shit out of it. Just... Oh my god. User-friendly this is not. I mean, it's simple. It's one thing and one screw. But my god, what a pain in the ass. They're expecting regular users to do this and not feel panicked about it. Just idiotic. I mean, I've built dozens of PCs over the years, and even I think this is a pain in the ass. Just utterly ridiculous. Oh look, the little standee came out as well. That's fantastic. That's not supposed to come loose. That's supposed to stay where it is. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just, what an engineering slapjass, half-assed bullshit. Actually, I'm going to need that in the other hole, aren't I? I'm going to want that in the 80. There we go. So this bit should be straightforward. That will go right there. That'll plop there. Looks like my heatsink fits alright. Because that's another gotcha. Sometimes the heatsink won't fit. Now, I've lost that little screw, haven't I? Found it. Got to be careful with those little buggers. Where's my magnetic screwdriver? There we go. Whoop, easy. You know how the Xbox external, the expandable memory just slots into the back? I mean, yeah, it's proprietary and that makes it a pain in the ass and less choice, but at least it's not this fussy bullshit right here. I suppose we could probably leave this off for some extra airflow over that. Does this... There's a little, maybe there's a gap there that's supposed to vent through. No, that's kind of for the lip. I'm going to leave this off, just on the hopes that a little bit of extra air exposure to the heatsink there is going to help it out. So I'm going to instantly lose that. That's pretty much guaranteed there. That means, should we put this back in? Wait, does this come from here? Where does this come from again? Oh wait, that's the stand one, isn't it? That's the one I'm looking for. Let's just screw that back in so we don't lose that, because presumably that would be easier to replace than that weird ass screw. Covers. Tell you what, doesn't seem to have accumulated much dust though, I'll give it that. It's fairly clean, a little bit of dust around the ridges there. In fact, give me a sec. Let's just grab the old canned air. Give that a bit of a blast while we're here. Why not? So how easy did this go on again? Is that on? Is that? I think that's on. Seems like it's on. Not a very confidence-inducing plop. And I probably did more scratching putting the thing back on again than I did taking it off, I imagine. All this sliding around. There we go. Let's plug it in, get the rest done.
In Sony's favour, and it's about time I said something nice about them, I suppose, I'll say this much: their software engineers are a lot less drunken and brain damaged than their hardware engineers seem to be. Install and setup are super easy, intuitive and fast. Well done, small round of golf claps. The new drive is automatically detected. You get prompted immediately when you start up to format it, which then happens in seconds, and you're good to go. Moving games and setting a default install location for PS5 and PS4 games individually is similarly user-friendly. Clear and concise menu options in exactly the place you'd expect to go looking for them, and bam, you are away. And true to expectations, the games run just as you'd expect them to. And thank goodness, because all of this is just in time for me personally. I mean, it took 307 days. 307 days since launch for Sony to actually deliver on their pre-launch promise of expandable storage for your PlayStation 5 using an industry standard component, no less. And I had exactly enough room left on the default storage for maybe 2 more games, depending on the game size, and that's only if I never wanted to use any of the media capture functions at all, which I do. Obviously, as a content creator, that's handy because the only place you can use media content creation capture stuff is on the default drive. Annoyingly, you can't use anything but the built-in drive for that. I don't know why. Maybe their software engineers are stupid after all. They can't use this expanded storage, which is fast enough to run AAA games from, but not good enough for screenshots or video clips apparently. I can't even use external storage to capture them on, which I can totally do, and in fact do on the Xbox Series X. And I love that because it makes it super easy and convenient to move those files straight across to my PC should I want to use them in videos en masse. Don't have to copy them across to an external drive, they're already on the external drive. Unplug, plug it into the PC, good to go. Brilliant. Well done, Xbox engineers. So, Sony's solution is a pain in the ass to install, fiddly and clumsy and pointlessly convoluted good setup once you do that, and a pain in the ass again in how pointlessly limited your options are for actually using said storage in the first place. Classic Sony. A little shit sandwich for you there. A little smushed bit of shit, bit of cheese in the middle, another smushed bit of shit on top. Anyway, that's my experience shared of the PS5's newly unleashed expandable storage capabilities. I bet I'm not the only YouTuber doing that today, so thanks for watching mine, I guess. And thank you, as always, to the Patreon scrolling up above, whose above and beyond support is glorious. And I should get more acronyms. I use glorious too often, but it is glorious. Thank you, glorious people, for your glorious money. Well, money's not glorious. It is handy, though. Especially when YouTube keeps kicking me in the teeth. Thank you. I am Blanty. Thanks for watching again, and I will catch you next time.